Christmas dinosaur, Christmas dinosaur.
The half pint comes out the day before Christmas, KJ.
No. We're two against one. Christmas is on the 24th.
All right, the 24th is on a Tuesday. Yeah, that's going to be for an interesting recording.
Yeah, maybe not that day.
All right, let's open the calendar.
Yeah, I could probably do Christmas Eve.
Yeah. I
That's
will
not a big day.
not be able to do that. No.
No commitment to the cause.
That's my middle name. No commitment.
I think we're going to have to do it Monday, aren't we?
Yeah, that's my proposal.
Monday. Which
Christmas
Monday?
Eve. Christmas Eve Eve.
Eve. Or the
All right.
22nd. It's fine by me.
Christmas Eve 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 Eve. No,
Exactly.
I lost track.
I mean, yeah, that.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Sunday
it,
would,
it
Sunday
could
would be
work
good.
on Sunday as well.
I don't know. It's a holy day. It's supposed to be a day of rest.
Yeah, we could do a laid back recording.
Pretend does not work.
We could
Oh,
do like-
should we do a video one? Should we do just a recording at bed? So you see three persons in bed with like the sleepy hat on and
and end it like the Waltons. Now, Elizabeth. Now, John Boy. Did you not watch the Waltons as a kid? No.
No.
I don't have a clue what that is.
Oh, okay. It was like set in old Western times, but it was a big family church faring people. And at the end of episode, they'd say, "Good night, John Boy. Good night, Elizabeth."
You say so.
I did get that reference. We have another tradition in Norway. It's like the Duke and the Duchess or something. It's called, and it's like same procedure as last year. I mean, it's
Same procedure as every year.
yeah.
Yeah, that's at New
No.
Year's.
No. I'll send you I'll find it later and send you a link, and you can watch it.
It doesn't sound that great. I'm not that bothered.
It was fantastically funny when, in the 80s at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's not funny now, but now it's tradition. So it's yeah.
Yeah. Definite Stockholm syndrome for that one. So did you notice that Chloe was started making YouTube videos?
She's been on YouTube for a while. She made a long one.
Yeah, some are actually not shorts, but actual videos for
Oh, wow.
like the first time in 3 years, I think, or 2 years perhaps.
No, but not me. She started checking it out.
Yeah.
They're not long. They're not horror style, but
Not yet, but I'm supportive. And yeah, of course, it's the trifecta, I think, over at TikTok now. It's me, Glenn, and Chloe. Turg is not as frequent. I'm seeing Chloe she's uploading the backlog of a lot of her videos. She's just pumping things out, and I'm just putting things out, and Glenn as well. So it's like switch, like switch.
I'm still posting recycled content on there every day. I think I'm all right for a couple more weeks to go as well yet. Sarah's on there as well, actually, Uplift Furnishings.
Yeah. I actually, I found her here the other day.
And I think Welsh Thomas is.
Yes? All right, I
think
haven't
so.
seen him, yeah.
Yeah,
Surely
you literally,
you're not looking at the bad audio feed.
literally we can just follow everybody we follow on everything else.
Yeah, most likely.
I was thinking about the both of you when I saw Peter Millard's I don't know if it's the latest. It's a video back or so about the Bosch drill press. I'm talking about the pros and cons of getting that.
Oh, okay.
The one that Haavard has and Glenn almost has.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that Glenn wishes he had.
Yeah.
I get the pros card, but you said cons as well? I don't compute.
It's a lot more expensive than... because I have the budget version.
That's not a con, is it? That's quality. I mean, you can. That's quality's never a con.
So, what did you pay for a CNC now again?
The drill press, you said? Not much, and it wasn't sale. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the con of buying quality tools is that you can't buy any more tools that month, or maybe that year.
So if anybody out there does like the look of the Bosch drill and wants to save £100 and buy the Shapak, don't spend £100 extra and buy the Bosch. Is my recommendation.
Yeah,
the Shapak's all right, but I feel that the Bosch is going to be far better.
Yeah. I mean, it looks nice, and it looks nice. Otherwise, also.
Yeah.
But I mean, it cost like 3 times what I paid for my pillar drill, and that's.
Yeah.
It is a bit rubbish, but it has some charm.
But still, that's the thing, though. I mean, what I really like about it is the. I mean, there are no belts and pulleys, and it's like you can basically dial in the speed you want. And of course, if you look at the chuck, I mean, there is, it's fairly tight, but it's not like a precision machinist. But it like, how much extra would it cost them to just have better tolerances on the bearings? I mean, the housing's the same, and the parts for having the tighter tolerances is not going to cost you more. So I think, why don't just go that extra mile to make it really, really good? But, I mean, people are still buying them. I did, so I mean, they're probably happy. But
I think it's probably down to assembly, to be honest with you, isn't it? If you go for a proper workshop tool, for a professional workshop, that's probably been really meticulously hand assembled, not just thrown together in a factory.
Yeah, but I think if you want everyone to be just as good, then you have to have a really firm grasp on the quality control. But I mean, if they have one guy at the end of the belt testing them, just giving them a good shake. Yeah, this one is tight, so this goes to the Bosch cowlings fittings. And then, all right, this is a bit loose. All right, put that on the Shepa line, and it goes down there. And
I think they do that already. Yeah. They just yeah, this one's a blue one. Send it off to England to Glenn. Yeah. Green, yeah, Omar could have that one. I think you have to remember is I think those tools are perfectly good enough because we are all just playing in our workshops. It's not serious business for us.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. It can be as precise as it wants, but
yeah,
I'm not gonna chuck it into a proper vise. I'm still gonna hold it with my left hand and eyeball it, and then drill with my right hand, and hope it doesn't kill my knuckles. So yeah. Yeah. But speaking of tools, though, I've been playing around with the 3D printer, and I made a sign. And it is in the style of these bronze signs with some relief on. And because getting those costed is expensive, and I printed this plate in 20 minutes, and then I'm thinking if I just use some black spray paint, and then I just use some roller with some brass paints on the letter, I think it's going to look like the real deal. And
Yeah.
once you bolt it to the wall, nobody's going to feel that it's lighter than bronze. So
you're a sign guy now.
yeah, very much a sign guy. And now, of course, as we mentioned in the last episode, my friend Bjørn is also going to see if he can get me a deal on a laser. So, and then I'm definitely a sign guy. Luckily, though, I said to him that there is no rush because I don't have the budget for that this year. And I by the end of this year, I paid for the 3D printer. But yeah, next year's budget, that is just 2 weeks away, isn't it? So, yeah.
Could you, I mean, if you got that laser, it's definitely not fitting in your workshop. And would you be able to get it into the room that you're in now, where the 3D printer is?
I'm not getting the full blown size one. I'm getting the small table one, and of course you can see it from where you're sitting. But I have space on my left for the computer with also air outlet in the wall, so I could actually put it on the table there and hook it up to the fume extractor and blowing it outside. So it's going to be a small table one. I mean,
is it a CO2 laser?
Yeah, that's a CO2 laser.
Yeah, cool.
But then again, I've also looked at the X Tool one, and of course they have the diode one, and then they have the CO2, which is more expensive, but of course better and faster. And
yeah,
it's the same price range for the tabletop one. But the one I have been looking, which is the Myra one, it actually have like a feed through, so you can, of course, it's not going to be wider, but if you have some longer things, you can shove it through it. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of having my little diode laser. If it's long or big, I can literally just pick the laser up and sit it on top of the workpiece. And if it's too high, I can just prop the laser up. I think that's the only thing it wins on.
Did we talk about that on a previous episode? Because I also thought of getting one of those smaller ones and just mount it in a drawer. In a drawer, but with a loose bottom, so you can just pull it out. But and of course, during the Black Friday, they actually had a very good deal on some of those smaller ones, basically for engraving. And I was like, I would say luckily I need to think a bit before I buy stuff, and I only got to think about it for like 10 minutes, and then, it's sold out, so okay, then it's no point in thinking more about that. So, but that was a 10-watt diode laser, so that it wouldn't. I think it struggled to cut 4mm plywood, and I mean that is not good enough.
Mine claims it's a 40-watt, but I think it does something tricky with mirrors, so I think it's actually only a 20-watt. And it's slow cutting through things. I mean, it can engrave pretty quickly, but to actually cut materials, I mean, 3mm acrylic, for instance, it's 5 passes for it to cut at a very, very slow speed. For all the parts for the strum stick I made out of the acrylic, I think that was 5 hours worth of cutting and engraving.
And of course, you heard it here first, and it's not going to be a regular one, but I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not going to use it for production things, so
no.
The speed, really not an issue. But yeah, I would like to have it to be able to cut at least 10mm plywood, because a lot of my projects are up to the 9mm mark. So of course, being able to cut that decently without doing too much runs and burn marks and whatnot, that would be nice, of course.
Your CNC's crap at cutting wood that thick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit tedious and dust and everything. I mean, I like burning stuff.
I was thinking that. Isn't the CC better when you want it that thick?
Yeah.
What are your plans for a laser?
His logo. He's just going to use it for his logo.
Yeah. On a logo, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. I mean, it's it's science and templates, I guess, and small thingamabobs, earrings, and whatnot. You use them for. that's the thing, though. Every ad you see for a laser, they're like, it's nice video movements and colors and flashes and so on, and it's someone operating it. It doesn't say anything about the specs or whatever, and then they show you like, and you can make whatever you can imagine, and it like, all right, it's plywood earrings and some the dinosaurs where you just put them together, and there's some like a 3D jigsaw puzzle. That's basically it. And I'm not going to make anything of that. So, yeah. To be fair, it takes a bit longer time setting up, and of course you're carving a way lot more material with the CNC, but you can basically use it for probably 80. So yeah, it's engraving my logo basically. Yeah. So I should just get a branding iron.
No, you can't increase the size of your logo then, can you? That's the problem with a branding iron.
Yeah. But then again, for the price of like a heavy duty CO2 laser, you can get different size of branding irons and still have some pocket change left over.
All right. So for the price of a decent branding iron, you can also get a cheap laser which will still do the same job but in different sizes.
yeah, that's
true.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, you really want a laser pecker for that. If you want to just put your logo and stuff, you could put them on the hood of a car and on a mountainside and that sort of thing.
True that.
If the extension cable's long enough, I could do that with mine.
Yeah, and I also wanted to buy like a small petrol-powered generator. So, I mean, if you have that and a laptop, you're good to go.
Exactly.
Or a battery pack if you want to be sneaky.
I can use an app with mine, actually. I can engrave from my phone. I don't need to involve a laptop if I don't want to.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, other lasers must have that, not just Atom Stack.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. I mean, I need to buy some tools next year as well, so it's on the list, and we'll see. But of course, I see parts coming in closer and closer to the 2-stroke coffee grinder, and I realized that what I really need at some point is a lathe. So I think the metal lathe, I would actually use money on that first rather than a laser, because now I see projects where I actually need it, not just only want it. So that's nice. Of course, there were no Black Friday deals on that one, unluckily. But
yeah, I think you get a lot of use out of a metal lathe, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well worth having. I'd like a metal lathe now.
Yeah, a metal honey dipper.
Yeah, exactly.
Metal snowman.
Yeah.
Shagging another metal snowman, making small butt plugs. No, sorry, that's
redo all the projects in metal. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really fun to make a metal snowman and destroying the happy couple. I mean, come in and be flirty with Lady Snowman.
It's the sequel.
And what would the kids look like then?
Half and half.
Yeah, but in what? You can split it in a lot of ways.
That would actually be cool to make one in wood and one in metal and slice it vertically down the middle and then stick the two halves together. That would be. I like that idea.
You can get a nice reveal having it turn to the side. And
exactly.
All that we watched, it's a few months ago, we watched a movie. It's like an 80s classic, Ski Patrol. And I remember it as hilariously funny. And of course, as any 80s movie that you enjoyed at one point, don't watch it again. This is one of those. But there was one character in that movie who had like a split personality, but that also showed on his face. So he had one hairstyle on one side and on the other. So when he talked to himself, he just switched sides. And that I got to think about that when you mentioned the Joker snowman. Oh no, Two-Face.
Two-Face, that was it. I was trying to think of that.
And then I could make a metal version of your whiskey cup, which is due to probably the moisture in the air, the crack has contracted, so I really have to work to find where it is. And it's so tight now that I think I could actually drink without spilling, so I'm going to try not gluing it until I have to.
Just going to test it to see if it works. Just drink thicker liquids from it, it'll leak less.
Yeah, you could put some maizena into my whiskey to thicken it up.
Gravy whiskey. Yum.
It sounds horrible, but that would have been a fun experiment. Is that yogurt you're eating at lunch? Yes.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds funny.
Oh yeah, I actually got some Christmas spirit feeling today when I saw fighter jets flying above in a Christmas tree formation, which is something that the Swedish Air Force do, especially around the Nobel times and that sort of thing, just to celebrate Christmas and show that we actually have an army and an air force and that sort of thing. That was really fun.
Got that Christmassy feeling when I saw fighter jets.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen war in 200 years. We don't know what it looks like. We just think, oh, nice planes, fun.
We're neutral.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, a Christmas tree.
I think we've got quite a lot of the RAF based in Lincolnshire, so I see lots of fighter planes and spy planes and all sorts. The Pegasus has gone over a couple of times today, the spy plane.
But do they fly in a Christmas tree formation?
Oh, no, they really don't. Sorry, KJ.
You should tell them to.
Yeah.
Make the Yuletide, spread the Yuletide feel.
I get the feeling that the activity's ramped up quite a little. I think they're preparing for something a bit more serious than Christmas.
But how cool wouldn't that have been if they could do, of course, New Year's Eve kind of represents the end of Christmas. And I mean, if the fighter jets could fly in a Christmas tree formation on New Year's Eve, and then they could just break up and they can use those anti-missile flares, like that would be nice.
They look cool.
So
Yeah.
if you're a fighter pilot boss, middle manager in the army, and you're listening, you're welcome.
I think we have a lot of those in our listener base.
Yeah. Well, you never know. But speaking of fireworks, though, I've got a package in the mail here the other day, and I got the old strips, the fireworks for the gun thingy,
The caps.
Yeah, the caps. I got those. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a quick and dirty video. Now I can do it before Christmas. And I was dumb enough to Google what the rules are for pyrotechnics. And I kind of knew this, but it wasn't legal doing it when I did it as a kid. And it's very much more illegal doing it now. And I've also read up on it, so I actually know it's illegal. And do you want to make a video about it? First of all, you have to, when you're publishing the YouTube video, like, is this fireworks, explosives or something in this? And you have to click yes, so you lose some ad possibilities. And it's a video of you showing someone how to do something that is very much illegal in very many countries. And it's also a health hazard if someone would like to try this on themselves and are not careful enough. And then like, all right, if someone loses an eye or worse, and like, yeah, I watched this YouTuber from Norway doing this. And so I think I'm chickening out. Of course, I'm going to make them. I'm going to have a blast, but it might not be the smartest to put a video out there how to maim yourself efficiently. So
maybe leave the making part out of that video.
Yeah,
just a demonstration.
But what I did think to go around it, of course, now that I'm not going to do it, these red paper strips, of course, I have red craft paper, so I could just cut that up in many thin strips and just run it through the printer at work, putting a lot of black dots on it. And I'm like, this is just a visual representation. This is what I would have done if this weren't proper, and I just roll it up. And then, of course, at the end, then I would have light the fuse like this and threw it there, and then it would be a bang. And of course, this is AI generated, looks very real, doesn't it? Yeah, really good. But of course, none of this was real, and it was just a visual representation of what was done sometimes in the early 90s.
This is not real. You haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So you just had a little sip out the wooden cup. Did it leak?
No.
No?
Still has a hint of Rubio, though, so that's... But I mean...
Did you scrub the Rubio off?
No.
Just
I
got
kind of
used to
guessed
it.
that it should be soluble in whiskey, so it should go away at some point.
Just think of how well preserved you are inside.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works. Yes.
Yeah. The inner linings, yeah. So, what's your plan on... I think we touched the subject last week, but we didn't discuss it at length. I mean, Christmas we've kind of covered, I feel, but New Year's Eve, what do you usually do? Do you have any traditions there?
As little as possible.
Yeah. Not many years ago, we would have had a party or gone to a party every year, but for the last few, it's been pretty okay. We've just stopped at home. Sometimes even get to bed before midnight.
Yeah. That's the lovely thing. We do the same, and it's so nice not having to go out. So we have a good dinner, and we don't wake up the kids. If they wake up by themselves, yes, but we just have a glass of wine, and then after midnight, when the fireworks has died down, it's like, all right, let's go to bed, because the kids are going to be awake at 6 anyway. But I saw a post on Instagram today where somebody, all right, if you're a millennial, then this New Year's Eve, year 2000, is going to be a quarter of a century away. And I know they want me to feel sad now, but that was a party. Because at that time, my parents were alternating which year they were celebrating New Year's Eve with my uncle and aunt. And I was then old enough to be home alone, which I were. And this was the New Year's Eve before year 2000. I was home alone, so of course I had the party. I remember we tallied up afterwards all the people we remembered. There was at least 70 people there that we could name, and then there are all the people who just arrived that we did not know. But it was a nice evening, and I think one glass fell to the ground and one ashtray was tumbled over. But that's it. So it's like a lot of people. Very, very nice evening, and people did not go out afterwards. So the people just stayed. So it was really nice, and nothing major got broken. And yeah, so I got fond memories of that. But I mean, it can't beat just sitting at home and going to bed. And not waking up to the smell of an ashtray and empty beer cans and whatnot.
Yeah, those millennials have got nothing on me. I mean, I'm nearly half a century now. Bastards.
you wasn't gonna bring that off, but I mean, if you want to bring that on yourself, that's on you.
One X and two Y. We're a weird chromosome podcast.
Generation Y.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's, I really dislike millennial as a term, but mostly because Generation Y is so good. Because we're the ones who question everything.
Oh, I think
X are the rebels.
I think X is brilliant. I'd love being Gen X.
X is great. As well.
That's the annoying thing, though, because it's an overlap. So it's like you might be a millennial, might be Generation X, and then it's like the Y and the Z and the new age and whatnot. I mean, can't we pick a system? Now we have the letters, and of course, someone pooped on the fence because we started at the end of the alphabet. I mean, we are at X and Y. I mean, in a few generations, we have nowhere to go, right? I mean, why shouldn't they start with A and then work ourselves up?
The ones we have now are the alphas, isn't it?
Well, there's nothing alpha
about them. The next one's
going
to be... No, I know, but they don't know that yet. Yeah, it's weird. But, yeah. It is what it is. It's fun to put labels on people, I guess.
Yeah.
Labels that don't mean anything.
I'm just happy I got the X.
Yeah, you should be. You should be.
I'm just happy I'm alive, so.
Oh, you.
And that my body doesn't ache more than it does.
I think it's probably getting time to end if we're heading down the
Does
route.
it sound like it when you're sitting around feeling old?
Alrighty then. Here we are, at the end of the road. Maybe not the final destination, but the end for tonight.
Destination.
Destination, yeah. All right. Enjoy whatever you're doing.
Bye.
I was searching for a word there, and it lost somewhere in this broken whiskey cup.
The word was bye.
The word was bye.
Bye. Buy it all. Buy it all.
Bye.
As Glenn usually says. You should have that on a t-shirt. Just
Buy it all. Yeah. Shut up and buy it. I feel guilty about that, actually. Haavard only used to talk about buying things, and then I called him out for that, and he's not stopped buying things since.
Oh, it worked. And that is also on to our next project. I'm not going to give you the full details because that's not going to be fun for you, but I think next week in the recording I'm going to have a script for you because I need some voiceover, and we can do it like 2 minutes before the episode or after.
Okay.
Because it would be nice to have you individually saying a few words and a few where you're also speaking in each other's mouths. Is that the thing?
Oh,
yeah.
kinky.